For the record, if you ask me anything that happened 3 or more hours ago, I might not remember.
Was that exactly how you drew it up?
Yes, the win. I mean, it would have been a shame. It's a shame for either team to lose that type of game. It would have been more of a shame if we had lost. But what a game! I mean, the entire back half of that game. I'm thinking back to the first inning, bases loaded. The second inning, bases loaded. I forget what was it. The fourth inning, bases loaded. Whatever it was. The first 3 innings were incredible amount of base runners where we didn't take advantage of it. And when you're in this tight game, it's impossible not to think about it. But pretty good resolve by this team and a nice series win to end a positive homestand. That type of walk-off was a boost of energy to the clubhouse. It'll make the flight to Boston a little sweeter.
I know it's obviously a long time ago, but how good was Fisk?
He was really good. And I love the way, the pace of play for him is always upbeat. He pounded the strike zone. He got the ball on the ground. He got some good defensive plays behind him. He controls the running game pretty well. He does everything that you ask and to get into a game and control the game. They obviously dinged him for a couple here and there, the Napoli homer and stuff like that. But another positive step for him in a very reliable way.
What did you think of your defense today?
I thought it was good. I mean, we did a pretty good job. We obviously didn't turn the double play at the end, and you can nitpick a little bit in a 16-inning game. There's probably a few things that I would do differently, but our defense is really good, and you have to earn your way on base with us. You've got to earn the ball in the air. You got to hit the ball out to even when we change our outfield and Colby goes to right, he makes a nice running catch. We play defense when we're at our best.
The men left on base, the strikeouts. So I would imagine as a manager, it's the type of game you don't want to leave this place without winning this thing. I mean, because it sets up the road trip, it gives you a 6-4 homestand. I mean, these are the type of games you guys won last year.
Well, I'll tell you now that it's over and we won, that would have been deflating just given the opportunities that we created for ourselves. As much as we didn't come through early against Salazar, who has elite stuff, is one of the better evolving pitchers in the American League, we kept giving ourselves more and more opportunities. The walks, he's a hard guy to hit. We did make him throw a lot of pitches and got him out of there. We got through their whole bullpen to where they had to bring a starter in who was going to pitch later this weekend. So in that regard, I felt like our guys hung in there despite the key at bats that swung their direction.
We spent a lot of time recently talking about Phillies. It's kind of an afterthought about performing well. Today you needed that.
That's big. We watched him grow up in front of our eyes today, a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. That's real stuff coming out of his hand now. There's no tentative approach to him. It's 96 to 98 miles an hour. He is raring back and blowing it by a very contact-driven lineup. So I love seeing that and bringing him in. I joked with Trey, what took me so long? I should have brought him in earlier, but he's gaining confidence more and more. That's one of the first leverage roles that he's had in his major league career, and he stepped up admirably.
Did you give much thought about extending Feldman much?
Not really, because I wanted Feldman to get through that pocket of the lineup. The way he's been pitching very well with his heavy sinker, he's got a good cutter. Some of their left-handers we wanted to crowd. And the tension that's involved that late in the game. I wanted him to get through that inning, and then it set up perfectly for Giles to get Napoli, Santana, Byrne, Gomes, and it set up our whole bullpen. So sometimes you want to leave guys in a little bit longer. Other times there's specific pockets that I like our relievers to get into, and it matched up fairly well, even to Sip, to Kipnis, and Lindor, and then Nisha came in and did his part too.
How much do you enjoy the way your team celebrates? They brought the Gatorade out there.
Yeah, we hadn't done that since last season, here at home. But what a great atmosphere for us. You go from having minimal energy to an adrenaline rush that can only come at home when you get a walk off against a really good team, a really good pitcher, a really good pitching staff, and we walk out of here feeling a little bit better about ourselves.
With Gregerson, was that just bad pitch, bad spot?
Well, he got burned by a couple things. I mean, Napoli rarely hits the ball to right center field. He gets a double out of it. We're shifted over a little bit. Santana's a difficult guy there. He's got an open base. We chose not to walk him. We wanted to, he's going to pitch him very, very tough. He goes down and gets a decent pitch, but maybe not ending in the result that we wanted. But then after that, him being able to hang in there and get out of the inning. Nice play by Correa at short with the infield in, and then he gets out of the inning. So it happens. These guys aren't perfect, and they put pretty good at bats back to back with Napoli and Santana to score a run at the most pressure packed time for them. So tip your cap to them more than be frustrated with Luke.
Did you realize you went 8 innings without a hit at one point? From,
No. I just remember the last hit we got, which was a homer. It was a 2-run homer. That's twice in 1 week from Marwin Gonzalez. He's on a roll.